Okay, hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another comparison video. Today we are comparing the Campfire Audio Honeydew and Campfire Audio Satsuma. Honeydew. Satsuma, Honeydew. Biggest difference here, one balanced armature, one dynamic driver, both of them in the budget range of Campfire Audio headphones. Like these are the entry level balanced armature and entry level dynamic driver earphones from Campfire Audio. They come with an all new shell, so out goes the stunning metal shell of the Mammoth, out goes the stunning ceramic shell of the Dorado, and in comes this new plastic shell on these earphones, and it's actually quite a nice little plastic as well. Accessories between the two of these, absolutely bang on the same. You both get stunning carry cases, you get great selection of tips, and you get the Campfire Audio little pin badge and stuff. Really nice little presentation for them. And it's perfectly in line. You get the same presentation with these earphones as you do with the more expensive Campfire Audio earphones. I love that. I love that you're not, getting cut out of it. Now, these are not going to be the most competitive earphones for the price because Campfire Audio are an American company and are competing in an American market. They are, in terms of competing in an American market, I mean for manufacturing, I mean for construction, I mean for office prices and stuff like that. You're not going to compete with the Shenzhen audio market, the Chi-Fi market. Something like the Aria is probably a better choice overall. But today we're going to do a direct comparison of these two earphones. So you can see very similar. Well, apart from the color, there's really not much difference at all. They are plastic body housed earphones, mid insertion depth, decent isolation coming from the use of metal and thick plastic on the shell. They have MMCX connectors. They use the same Campfire Audio LITS cables. It's a very high quality product. It's very well thought out. The sound is where these are going to differ greatly, and I mean greatly. The sound is basically bass heavy and sort of flatter, more analytical response. If you don't know the difference between the driver technologies inside, let me give you a quick rundown. This is a dynamic driver headphone. That means it has the traditional thing that you think of as a speaker with a big diaphragm that moves backwards and forwards like boom, boom, boom. This has something called a balanced armature in it, which is essentially it's called moving iron technology. It's a small rod that fires backwards and forwards super fast, so it can create lots of detail. And I think this would be the perfect explanation for people to see what the difference between the two technologies are, because it's quite stark when you look at a single balanced armature and a single dynamic driver from the same company. This is going to carry more weight in the lows, more impact in the bass. It's going to sound warmer in the mid-range, and it's going to be lacking a little bit in the detail in comparison with this one. On the other hand, this one's going to have more detail, flatter response, and a more detailed but lighter impacting bass. So that's kind of like where the differences are going to be drawn on these. Two very similar earphones with very different sounds due to the very different technologies that are being used in each one. This one is actually a really enjoyable listen. I've gone back and listened to it, and while it's not really competitive when you're looking at things like these, I can offer these as an alternative. This is the THEAUDIO Legacy 2. This is a beryllium dynamic driver and balanced armature. So for example, you get both of these technologies in one earphone. So you get the best of both worlds. You get the speed and the detail, but you also get the impact of the bass. Now, that doesn't always mean too much because it really depends on the tuning. The tuning of these ones I find quite flat and boring. It's fine in terms of a sort of single balanced armature analytical presentation, but I'm going to be talking about some single balanced armature earphones that are over 10 years old that you can find on eBay and stuff that are just fantastic. These earphones have been forgotten, and I've still got a set, and I think when I talk about this, the price of these sets are going to go up. But just I can really enjoy a balanced armature if it's a single balanced armature, if it's tuned right. This one is tuned perfectly for somebody, but not for me. It's too linear, it's too flat. I would like a more emphasis on the low end, perhaps like a little push on the high end. It does have a slight upper mid-range peak on it that's a little bit on the sharp side. This, on the other hand, is far more musical sounding to me. The bass creates that sense of realism. It makes it more enjoyable. It's punchier. It's more engaging, and it has this veil of warmth, which I would rather have that warm veil over the mid range, as opposed to having a cold overall sound. That the cold sound on these might be more detailed, but these are more enjoyable to listen to, and that brings it into like this audiophile hobby of people focusing too much on the gear. Do you want the most detailed thing, or do you want the thing that's going to make your music sound better? For me, I always tend to choose my earphones for the way it makes my music sound, as opposed to the technical capabilities of the earphone. Yes, I understand that there is more detail retrieval on this. I understand that in particular, the mid bass is going to have lots more detail, but then you're lacking the realism that you get with a dynamic driver and portrayal of a sub bass. For me, these are the better of the two earphones. It is a more enjoyable listen. I think if you're wanting earphones that are going to be technically superior, you can go to Tri-Fi earphones, and of course you can get some stunning earphones that are going to outperform these on sound. But I don't think they're going to perform them in terms of brand name, brand recognition, the quality of the accessories, the overall package. I mean, I actually really like the design of these. I think they're definitely a step up over, where's the Satsuma Yumi? Satsuma Yumi, I believe, are like $170. They look great, but I'm a little bit tired of these resin shells. The Satsuma Yumi are just the better sounding earphone, for example. I'll leave a link to this in the description down below if you want to check it out. There's a review on the channel. That's I think where Campfire Audio are, especially on a channel like mine that covers a lot of Tri-Fi earphones like the ones you see above. Those Tri-Fi earphones are performing to a ridiculously high level with, I mean, this is, I think it's got like 12 balanced armatures on each side, or 8 balanced armatures on each side. This is the KZ AST or ZBD PPP or something. The Aria, again, like fantastically balanced tuning, beautiful. The $150 gets you the Tin Hi-Fi P1, which sounds fantastic. Plus, you could get an E1DA DAC amp for the same price as this, and this is $500 level when used with the right source. This is a power-hungry little earphone, but these are not competitive in sound quality. But if you understand that and you're wanting to choose one of them, I would definitely recommend the Honeydew. I can listen to the Honeydew, and it's like a little mini bass cannon set headphones that I can just get lost in the music. EDM, hip-hop, rap, some pop music and stuff like that. These sound fantastic. They're a Campfire Audio earphone. They'll hold their resale well. It's just hard to, talk about these earphones because Campfire Audio are doing great things with this within their limitations. Their limitations is that they're going against China, and they're going against the Chinese hi-fi market, and that's very hard to do when you're talking about cost of manufacturing. I mean, there is no issues with patents. There's no issue with getting stuff to market. There's no issue with getting your hands on the latest technology, the latest construction techniques. You can source different cables, all sorts of stuff. Campfire Audio, taken against other brands like, let's say, Sennheiser or JVC, Shure even, if you put these against the lower end Shure, they're way better than that. I just think that they lose out to Tri-Fi, which is obvious. But then the other factor is that you've got warranty support. You've got a company like Campfire Audio that is fantastic in terms of customer relations. They're really good with the way they behave on warranties. They're People that are passionate about music, they've been in the audio hobby, they know how to tune earphones. Ken Burns? He has tuned some of the best earphones that I've heard. The Dorado 2020, Solaris 2020, original Solaris, the Mammoth as well. The Mammoth, I've been getting a lot of playtime, and I need to talk about that in the upcoming Basshead video that I'm going to do. You're getting entrance into that company, and you're going to have to decide on the worth of that. If you're buying these Chi-Fi headphones, yes, you can go and buy from somewhere like Linsole, which I highly recommend if you're buying Chi-Fi earphones, to check out Linsole, or there's another couple of sellers that I know on AliExpress that I've bought some stuff from. I say Linsole because they've kind of turned this hobby into a central area where all these earphones are sold by them, but also they handle the manufacturer's warranty situations and stuff like that. And for the most part, they're very good with it. Just because if let's say you're buying a set of Duno headphones, do you know where you're going to return them? Do you speak Chinese? Are you going to be able to get a hold of somebody? Look at the disaster that's going on with those MyFo headphones right now, which I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to slam those MyFo headphones because I promoted them. Is it MyFo? Those wireless earphones, true wireless earphones. This company I've been getting emails left, right and centre about how bad this company is treating its people, and they just don't want to know. Companies like Linsole have made it so that you as a consumer have a place to go to when you're buying your earphones, and that's more similar to like what Campfire Audio do. If you're in the US and you're buying Campfire Audio earphones, or if you're in the UK, I know that they're supplied, I think, by Hi-Fi Headphones in the UK, another excellent company that's worth checking out. You're going to get that warranty covered, and you're going to get treated like a real good customer. So if that's of value to you, and I think there is a lot of value in something like that, I think that Campfire Audio still hold its value at the lower end of the market, although where Campfire Audio really excel in producing earphones is starting with the Mammoth, moving up to the Vega and the Dorado and the Solaris line are fantastic earphones. So it's going to be tough for them to compete in that lower marketplace, but there's other factors to consider about what different consumers think of as representing better value for them. Out of the two of them, as I say, the Honeydew are for me, the Satsuma are definitely not for me. I like the company. I think it's going to be a struggle for them to overturn true people that are willing to buy Chi-Fi earphones, like the online community and stuff like that. But that's by no means any part of their fault other than location-wise and that sort of stuff. So really like the company, like that they've entered into the entry-level market. I think it represents good value as an overall package. And yeah, stay tuned. We have a bunch of comparisons coming up. It's going to be Basshead earphone comparisons. We're going to go really bass heavy, along with a lot more comparisons of the final sort of lineup of the TRIBRIDs for the end of the year. We've got the Zens Up, we've got the Clairvoyance, we've got the Oracle, Excalibur, Shure EJ07M, Duno EST112. Lots of TRIBRIDs, lots of comparisons to be done. And then we have the lists coming up in the next couple of months, which are going to be best earphones under 100, best earphones under 200, best earphones under 500, best under 1000, and best endgame top-of-the-line earphones, as well as some videos talking about my own personal setups, what I listen to, my playlists, and I want to do some videos talking about creating the best collection, because I'm not one of these people that thinks that you should have just one earphone that is going to do everything. I feel like you don't hit a nail with a sledgehammer. So in my mind, I like to have a analytical monitor type earphone or reference earphone. I like to have a good all-around listening earphone. I like to have a set of bass cannons. I like to have a DAP, an amp, a DAC, those sort of things. So I'm going to talk about different setups for different price points. if I was trying to get a good collection going at $100, $200, $500 and so on. So if you're interested in any of those videos, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'm sorry, this is another 15-minute video. I promise I'm going to get them under 10 minutes one day. But thank you very much for watching. I really enjoy your feedback. Leave me comments down below. What are you listening to? What are you thinking of buying? If you want any recommendations, just leave me your budget, the type of music you listen to, and your source device, and I'll give you a recommendation based on what I would do. It's not going to be perfect for you because it's tailored to my taste, but I'll tell you what I would do and maybe give you some other earphones to consider in the buying process. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.